welcome to our first interview for Spider Runners, and our interviews are going to be with people that absolutely blow us away and impress us with running, and couldn't think of a better person that says everything about running and runners and why we run and what running can do for you than Monica. So, welcome, Monica.
Thank you, Mike. Thank you, Mike.
So I've not known Monica for ages. I've known her through our run club. We spent some time together last year in one of the lockdowns, and I got to know just how brilliant you are. So Monica's going to share some of her journey with you all today. So I suppose no better place to start than tell us about you and your running journey.
Right, my running journey started because I used to work for Tesco's as part of their head office in Welling Garden City, and they built us a gym.
Right.
And I used to go there, at least 3 times a week.
Yeah.
I used to go there, and then one day I was trying to run on the treadmill.
Yeah.
And this lady next to me said, "Do you want me to help you to run?" Because I was having problems.
Yeah.
And I was a bit taken aback. I said, "Oh, I don't know. Can I let you know?"
Yeah.
Which I did. And then what we did, we would go down to Stamber Lakes in Welling Garden, and we'd go from that tree to that tree running, and then we'd walk, and we did that for ages. We used to do that, and it just sort of increased from there. And then I started to run outside on my own, because at first I was too scared.
I think a lot of people are.
And I used to go to the gym first thing in the morning, and from there I would run. Do you know Parkway in Welling Garden City?
I don't.
Where the fountain is?
I know where the fountain is. That's Parkway, is it?
Yeah. I used to run down to there from Tesco's and then back again.
Yeah.
And then I reached the ripe old age of 65 and retired because they wouldn't let me work on. And I used to run a bit round here. And then I don't know how I got to know about Norfolk's Road Runners, but then that's when they were at the leisure centre. And so I started with them there. And of course I was a hell of a lot faster than I am now. And it's gone on from there. And so I used to do 5Ks, then I did a 10K, and I think I've at least 2, but it might have been 3 half marathons I've done. One of them was down in Oxford. I'm trying to think where the other one was. No, I can't think where the other one was, but yeah. And then I've had like my ups and downs, and I was seeming to get slower, which I found a bit disheartening. But I managed to overcome that. Then I did a Lurf course.
I didn't know you'd done the Lurf. Got there before us.
Then I had problem with my, quite a big problem with my depression. And I managed to come out of that. And that's one thing with my running that is. Oh, look at that giddy little dog! My God, hello! Oh my
It's all right.
word!
It's so cute.
He's on the film now.
Is it fully grown?
Oh yeah, she's 8 years old.
Oh my God! What a sweetie! Hello!
Come on, Ginger.
I've never seen one quite that small, fully grown.
That's put you off, hasn't it?
Yeah. Well,
So you were talking about your depression and running then?
Oh, yeah, and I swear, and even to this day, that if I didn't have my running,
Yeah.
I might not be here.
Wow.
Honestly, that is my lifesaver. If I've had an absolute crap day, weeks, and I go out and run, I feel quite different when I get back.
I think there's lots of people would say that for lots of different reasons, whether it's depression or whatever, that running's like I suppose it's a crutch, isn't it? But
Yes, yeah, definitely, yeah. And then I got ill with my chest and that, and didn't know what it was at first, but it turned out I've got COPD.
Right.
Do you know what that is?
Nope.
Chronic obstructive pulmonary disease. It's a lung complaint, and I have to use I call them my puffers. I use 2 different ones, morning and night, and one of them any time during the day.
Yeah.
So that was that, and then
Did running help you cope with your COPD?
It does actually, because sometimes when I'm a bit breathless, I'll go out and run.
Yeah.
And it's not too bad. I get a little bit puffy, and then when I get home a little while after, my chest clears.
Okay.
Yeah, I really, because when I was diagnosed, I said to the doctor, I said, can I exercise? And he said, what exercise do you do? I said, I do running. He said, don't stop, were his words.
Yeah.
Don't stop.
Yeah.
And then I've been diagnosed, I had a bad hip, because I was doing this fitness program, and I was exercising 6 days a week.
Yeah.
And it turned out to be a bit too much for me.
Right.
And I had a terrible pain in my, well, it was in my groin actually, but it turned out it's my hip. I've got arthritis in my hip.
Okay.
But I'm not stopping. And
I love that.
Sorry?
I love that. I've got this, I've got that, but I'm not stopping.
No, I'm not.
That's why
not
I love
unless
you.
I've no intention. When I reached 65, or was it 60 anyway, and I said to my friends, I said, one thing for sure, and they said, what's that? I said, I am not going to grow old gracefully.
Hoorah!
And I'm not. And I'm not. But it's one of the best things I've ever done in my life.
Yeah. So you said that you did, I can't believe you said you started at 65, but at the start of your story you said 65. So were you running earlier than that? Or were you a late comer to running?
Oh no, late comer. My running really took off when I retired at 65.
And what was it specifically like? So there's lots of people who run all their life, and but something must have like triggered in you at that age that you went, this is what I want to get stuck into.
Yeah, I seemed to get on so well with it, and it made me feel so good. It really did, and I just, as I say, I've got no intention at all of stopping unless I have to.
So what do you think when you see people, in their own minds it's probably a good reason, you know, when people say it's cold outside, I'm not going running, or I've got a headache, or whatever the reasons not to go running, you sound like you've got every reason that you're just going to go and do it. What's your, what do you say to people like that?
They're wusses.
If you were to give them some constructive advice, if they were stood here now and they were going, it's too cold to go out running, or there's a bit of spot of rain or anything.
Yeah, but the thing is, you can wrap up against the cold.
Yep.
As long as you layer it, it's better to layer it, because then if you get good for your mind, it's good for your body.
Yeah.
What more do you want?
It's everything, isn't it?
You know, it's definitely, it's the best thing I've ever done in my life.
And have you ever had, I suppose it was prejudice, where people say, Monica, you shouldn't run, or they're a bit surprised, or have you ever come across anything like that?
Well, yes, when I was diagnosed with my hip,
Right.
I was told never to run anymore.
Was that
My
by
lips are sealed.
was that by doctors, or was it more your friends and families?
No,
Because sometimes friends and families
family
put pressures
were
on, don't they?
at
Because
me as well. But,
you get one bit of niggle and they straight away go, maybe you shouldn't run anymore, isn't it?
well, what I do now is they think I'm walking, brisk
Oh.
walking. Well, it is more. I'm so slow now. It is more like brisk walking. But I say I'm going out to exercise.
Ask me no questions, I'll tell you no lies, isn't it? That is.
Yeah, but I just don't want to give it up.
Don't blame you.
So do you find people are surprised when you say you're a runner?
Yes.
Yeah.
And when they find out my age, they're even more shocked.
And I bet that makes you happy, doesn't it?
Well, yeah.
When you see their face.
Yeah. I feel a bit smug as well. I'm doing it, you're not.
So I know you're doing the Couch to 5K now. So why the Couch to 5K now? Is it coming back from an injury, or?
Yes, from my hip.
Yeah.
When I couldn't, when my hip was bad, and I've just gradually come
And
back
how
to
you
it.
you telling us 6 weeks in? Is it this? You just about to go into the 6th week of the Couch to 5K.
Yeah.
So you've got 3 weeks left in that.
Yep.
Then you've
And then
done
I've
that,
got to
and
do
then
a
what?
5K. I wouldn't mind trying for a 10K actually.
Way.
Yeah, well, I wouldn't mind. But as I say, I'm not fast, but I do it.
Yeah.
And I don't put this in, and I think to myself, I'm not going to let the bastards grind me down.
But it is. It's one of our ethoses. It's not about fast. You know, some people are fast, and that's fine. But for most of us, it's not about fast. Or fast is relative, isn't it? And it is about exactly what we say. You're just not going to give in.
No. 'Cause that's. Well, I think it's just that is one of the pleasures in my life. In fact, probably is the only one. If you know that
Yeah.
that's maybe exaggerating a bit, but I just look forward to going for a run.
And what's your preference? Going running on your own, so you can like think stuff through, or going running with a
Both.
group?
Both.
You do a bit of both.
Yeah. Yeah, like tomorrow, I'm going to be a bit naughty tomorrow because I've got to do my Couch to 5K.
Yeah.
But tomorrow evening we've got this games night or something on.
Yeah. You're doing that as well.
Oh yeah, why not? I'll probably be useless, but there you go.
But you're there, and the most important thing is you've enjoyed yourself and you've supported others.
Yeah.
Which was one of the questions I wanted to ask you. Something that's super impressed me about you this year. We did a track session. If you remember, a couple of months ago, and I think you were injured, and you came anyway, and you just cheered and kept everybody going and encouraged them.
Oh, I do.
And I loved that about it. It's like the encouragement bit. How do you know what's your mind think about the encouraging others?
Well, I just think it's good that they're putting the effort in, and you know, I just think it's worth. Come on.
Yeah.
Nearly there.
It's amazing how people appreciate that, and that little bit.
Yeah, they do, because quite often you hear them saying, "Thank you, Marshall."
Yeah.
And that makes that part of it worthwhile as
Yeah.
well.
Do you marshal as well then?
Yeah. First Saturday of the month I do.
Yeah.
Charlie and I, my dog,
Yeah.
we marshal up there. Yeah, I enjoy it.
It is good, isn't it? Too. We've only done it a few times, but we want to do it more. We were the last Saturday of the month that you were at with Marshalls. I'm not sure everybody. I think we were doing. We're showing people our bottoms on the corner. I don't think they like that. I don't think runners are supposed to do that, are they?
We weren't mooning. Makes it sound like we were mooning. We were just wiggling our bums at some people. Yeah, like that.
So when we came out for our run a while ago, you straight away said afterwards that trail running you wanted to give it a go. Do you still want to give it a go?
Yes.
And have you got what's your so trail running is obviously our passion. It can be running around the park that we're on now. It can be running
This
up
is
a
a
mountain.
form of trail running, isn't it?
Too, right?
Yeah.
So where do you want to? Yeah, what do you want to do? What's in your mind about trail running?
At the moment, looking for a pair of trainers.
Oh, we can help you with that.
Well, it's finding places to go in that because, especially if I go out on my own, if you're
Yeah.
with others, it's a bit different. But my navigation skills are crap,
Yeah.
and that's the only thing that would put me off.
Yeah.
But to go round here or go down to Stanborough Lakes and I'm sure there must be other places.
There's lots of lovely places. I mean, we went to Rushmere Park at the weekend.
Where's that? Excuse me.
It's down towards
Leighton Buzzard.
Leighton Buzzard.
Oh right, yeah.
And it was lovely. It's where there's all the baby herons, and if you're at the right
Oh
time of year,
wow.
and that was totally beautiful. And it's really soft on the foot. You'd love it running there. I think one of the things we're going to try and do is encourage people to go out in little groups on spider runners, and so hopefully people watch stuff like this and they'll put stuff out there saying would everybody like to meet up, and there's lots of little groups you can join to go and do trail runs.
Yeah, because what struck home, you might laugh at me now, what struck home to me about trail running, I haven't got to go mega fast.
Yep. You're absolutely right. If you do a road marathon, people always say, well, you under 3 hours, 4 hours, 5 hours, or whatever, because you can compare. But when you say you've been and done a 10k trail, every trail is so different.
Yeah.
Who cares? Or who knows what time you're going to finish
Yeah.
in? So people are more impressed with you actually finished and you didn't fall on your face.
So do they, with trail running, like, do they have races like we do when we run on the road?
Yep.
Sort of thing. There are sort of competitions or whatever you like.
It's competition. I think at the top end they're really competitive, but for the majority of the field it's a lot more, I find it a lot more friendly. So most of our friends are from trail running because you run along, and I was saying this to Susan the other day, if you're running fast and you come up to somebody who's running slower, you generally slow down and have a chat to them.
Yeah.
And who cares if you finish a bit slower, and you just talk, and then there's lots of places to go and eat cake during the run.
Cake, I like cake.
You see why we like trail running. And we find it a lot more friendly.
Yeah.
But you also get to see such beautiful places.
Yes.
Because I don't know if you find, but I find when I do road work and stuff like that, I do the same courses again and again, because this is your 5k loop, this is your blah blah loop, but with trail you're more like to go, oh, what's down there, or oh, that looks pretty, or oh, there's some sheep over there, let's go and say hi.
Because when you did Woburn, I wanted to do it, but I kept thinking to myself, oh, I don't want to get left behind and all that. And that's what really put me off.
I think there is a mentality, isn't there, that people think that, just like you said there, that the worry is you'll get left behind. But I think what is possible and should be possible, and we want to make possible, is where people can go in. So we took a group out the other day, and there was some wanted to walk and some wanted to run, and we asked them on the day, what do you want to do? And we just created an atmosphere where everybody was happy to do what they wanted, and nobody ever got left behind. And I think it's, as long as you have an open conversation with whoever's leading the run, I think you can always find a way to fit it in.
That's good. That's good.
So I remember when I started running. So I started running. So I thought you hitting me there.
I thought that was it now.
I've said the wrong things. You. So I ran as a kid. Then I started running properly 20 years ago, and I used to get injured because I used to try and run too fast and get injured. And I was rubbish at being injured because I didn't have any experience, and I just thought I can just run through it. So if you were giving people advice on injuries, so from whether it's your hip or when you've been injured, what advice would you give people?
Listen to your body.
Smash it.
Yeah, I think that's the most important thing, is to listen to your body.
Yeah. You think if your body is telling you, because you can have a training plan that says Monday I have to do this and Tuesday, but do you think if your body just says it's Monday and you know what, I just need to sit and have a cake today, then it's more important to...
No, you've got to, sometimes you have to force yourself to go out.
Yeah.
And I don't mean that in a horrible way, but you know, you think, oh, I can't be asked today.
Yeah.
You've got to push yourself sometimes.
Yeah.
Because once you've gone out and run and get back indoors or wherever you are,
Yeah.
you feel so different.
Yeah.
It's...
You have that buzz, don't you?
Sorry?
You have a buzz, don't you, when you get back in?
Yeah. Yeah, I love it.
And how do you say, when you've got that buzz, so how do you celebrate? When you get back in, you're feeling great. What?
Do you know, well, I've been very bad lately. How I celebrate, I go to McDonald's and get one of their chocolate milkshakes. It's like sloppy ice cream.
That's very good recovery, though. Chocolate milkshake.
Oh, it's lovely.
That is
I love
classified as a good. It's classified as good recovery drink, though. Chocolate milkshake, it is actually.
So do you go home first and then go? You go on your way back?
No, because when I go out to, this is usually full up.
Yeah.
I've only got this because of my puffer.
Yeah.
And when I go out, I've got my puffer, little bottle of water, some cyst gel things, and I've got this little purse, and I make sure I've got some money in it.
Yeah.
Put it in there. I think, oh, I'll end up at McDonald's.
So you're going to have McDonald's. So we'll interview some people in this series. We'll say, what's your reward? And they'll be say, we'll have an energy gel, or we'll eat some high protein, whatever. But I like your advice. McDonald's chocolate milkshake.
I used to have for good. No, is it? Not for goodness sake.
Yeah, for goodness sake.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The chocolate milkshake.
Yeah, that's lovely. That.
Oh, love it.
Yeah.
And I have cyst gels.
Yeah.
But I get a bit confused sometimes as to isotonic. What else do they have? There's 2 or 3.
Yeah. It's quite confusing, isn't it?
Yeah, I find it that. What ones have I got at the minute?
I think we've got some people on Spider Runners who are super nutritionists. And one of the hopes is we can get one of them to come on and just simplify it for people.
This one's isotonic energy.
Yep. It's my job. I work for, not them, but I work for a sports nutrition brand.
Oh dear.
And I don't understand it. Don't tell that to
No,
my
I was
boss.
just going to say.
If I said edit that out then.
Edit that bit out. So I can imagine how confusing it must be.
No, I was thinking more on the lines freebies.
Oh, I can get some freebies, that's not a problem.
Oh, I'm naughty. What's
So,
a cheek?
the most important question, while we're talking about foodie stuff, is cake.
Oh, I
So-
like cake.
So, I like cake too. We could have half an hour doing silly cake accents.
Yeah, I know. I don't know why I say it like that.
Let's do it again.
Because I'm a nutter.
Monica,
I like cake.
I like cake too.
Oh my goodness.
It's going to be the longest podcast ever because we're going to keep saying I like cake. So
Excuse me.
after running, what's your favourite cake?
quite like
Yeah.
salted caramel cake.
Yeah.
What's another one I like? I'm not keen on fresh cream.
Right.
Like if I go and get a hot milkshake
Yeah.
in a shop, do you want cream and marshmallows? I said, I don't want the cream, I'll have the marshmallows. In the hopes that they might give me a double portion, but they never do. What other cake do I like? Chocolate cake,
Yeah.
you know, like it's
The big chewy
chocolate
sticky
and
ones.
smothered in chocolate.
Yeah.
I quite like date and walnut cake.
Yep. I'm a fan of that.
It sounds too healthy.
What else? Now, come on, Monica.
Do you like, we had a long debate about this at one run a few weeks ago, egg custards?
I've got to be in the mood. I have had egg custard tarts, but
I love an egg custard.
do you?
I love an egg custard.
Do you make it?
Now I've tried making it, and last summer I tried making egg custard 4 times, and it went wrong every time. So I'm not making it again. But I used to work for a business that made most of the egg custards for most of the supermarkets.
Oh wow!
So every day we used to eat egg custard all day, and we used to eat donuts. We used to make donuts as well. So we used to get donuts hot off the line every day, covered in like hot sugar straight away. That's why I run, because I have to get rid of all the cake weight.
You don't look as though you need to run. Not for that weight point of view.
So, I suppose, last few questions. What are your two learnings then that you'd share with anybody that's watching this? 2 learnings about running, or things you want people to know about running?
Well, it's good for your health, mental health, or whatever you. Well, the whole body, really, isn't it?
Yeah.
And let me think. I've got to say something sensible.
You can say something insensible if you want.
Don't try to run before you can walk. Because so many people that do that.
Yep.
I
They're
think
the ones that
they
plug up the physio's clinics because they've gone too far, too fast.
and I also think that's when people give it up as well. Because I remember the first time I ran, I thought you had to run super fast. And I lasted 5 minutes and thought, I'm never doing this again. And then my friend came along and went, just run at this pace, and kept making me go slower and slower, and then got my distance up, then got my speed up. You know.
Yeah. So I'm trying to think if there's anything else.
What's your favourite piece of run kit then? Is it your belt with your ice cream money in? Not ice cream,
At the
milkshake money.
moment, my favourite bits, well, there's 2 bits. There's that.
Yep.
I love that. And this.
Oh,
Yeah,
I didn't know they
I've seen
did
those
that.
for
That's
keeping your
quite good.
phone
I didn't
on.
know they actually popped like that.
Yeah. That, I swear by that.
Yeah.
Because Austin always insists that I have my phone on me.
makes sense.
And a couple of times I've forgotten and he was so cross.
Yeah.
He said, how will I know
Yeah,
where you know, that I can ring you?
yeah.
But yeah.
So is your partner very supportive? Your husband, sorry, very supportive of your running?
He is of me, but I wish he would do, you know.
Come and join you.
So I'm
Say
going to ask you about...
Hello, go.
No.
Okay.
I'm going to ask you about, for people that are watching it, because lots of different people out there, there's physios, nutritionists and all sorts, if you could ask them to, for some advice, or them to tell you something that will help you with your running, what would it be? That's what I'd ask.
Diet.
There's lots of people can...
Number 1, diet.
Ready? Say
And,
when.
okay, and then do you actually think there's enough advice out there for the older runner?
No.
Because that's like another
Or
thing. You
not
kind
that-
of have it.
Not that I know of.
Yeah.
There might be, but
but it's probably very hidden, isn't it?
So let's do 2 last questions, one from you and one from me. So
Okay,
you
then.
ask that one. Do you want to go first?
Okay then. Right. So, Monica, do you find, or do you think there's a lot of advice out there for the slightly older runner?
No, I don't.
So,
I've not known that many.
because I think like you see in magazines they talk about like future-proofing your running and running forever, but that's kind of aimed at people who are younger, isn't it?
Yes.
And how to do it, not saying like you're in your 70s and you want to run, this is how you should be doing it, or this
No,
is
I
how you
don't
should be
think
looking at your programs.
Is enough at all, which could put some people off.
Yeah, because I think everyone kind of
Because
thinks,
how do you? I'm 70-year-old and I want to start running. What should I do?
yeah,
What type of clothing should I get and all that, and things like if people are starting to or thinking of going to run, is to get the okay from your doctor. Things like that.
Yeah.
But no, I don't. I don't think, because I have looked on the internet and that, and it seems they cater more for like 50 to 60 than they do
Yeah.
for 60 onwards.
because I suppose from there they're expecting you to go and join a local walking club or something like that, isn't it? They don't expect you still want to get round fast.
Stop it, Monica.
But that would be something, I think. There's at least 2 people will be watching this who I think would have a really good view on how to run, either to start running or to keep running as you get older. So I'm not going to say who they are, but hopefully they'll watch this and they'll give us a shout and say, let's do something on spider runners. That would be good. That would be good. But that's really useful, that. And I suppose the last question is if you could, so whoever's going to be watching this, if you had the opportunity to ask them for some advice, something you've always wanted to know, and there's loads of people out there now that seem really happy to offer advice, what would it be? Apart from age.
Well, some people are very shy, aren't they?
Yeah.
And that can stop them.
Did you say diet earlier on? Was that one of the...
Yeah, diet, yeah.
And is that diet sort of just around when you're running, or is that something that, so basically everything you eat throughout the week to, what should you eat at the start of the week, what should you eat to fuel a run when you're going to do a slightly longer run, or...
Oh, I didn't know there's anything about that like that.
Ooh,
Is there?
There's lots of... I'm a geek on stuff like that, so there's lots of stuff.
There's no harm in being a geek for things like that. Because I'm not a very good example food-wise. Because I'm on a diet at the minute, a calorie-controlled diet. And the reason I was on that is because I've got a terrible thing with sweets.
Right.
Chocolate. My favourite was Mentos. It's called butter Mentos.
Yeah.
A bag a day I was having at the time.
Crikey.
So you hadn't better put that on. I'll be saying, fatty! I was becoming fatty, but I've managed to not do it. This is my 2nd week. And I think
That's
I've lost
willpower.
about 4 pounds. At the minute.
That's great.
If you're on a calorie-controlled diet, how does that work with your running then? Because most people say you need to have carbs and calories and some protein to fuel your running. If you're on a calorie-controlled, do you find yourself getting tired while you're running? And
No, I like what did I have? You'd laugh at what I've had for my dinner today. I had 2 like halves jacket potato.
Yeah.
They were frozen. I
Right.
usually do my own, but
Yeah.
and it had like a cheese and bacon bits on the top,
Yeah.
and a tin of low sugar
Yeah.
spaghetti hoops.
That's not bad for running then. 'Cause even
That's
if it's
good,
low
that's
sugar,
good
if
for you.
the carbs in spaghetti will still give you plenty of calories to run with.
Yeah.
And
At one-
potatoes are good.
At one time, when I was a bit younger, running, and the night before a run, I would always have pasta.
Yeah.
Whatever else I had with it, but I always had pasta. I had to have the strength for the strength. Oh, because I just thought something. I said I'd done a couple of half marathons.
Yeah.
But I'm religiously, this is 2 years since I've not done it,
Yeah.
but I used to every year go in, I think it was May,
Yeah.
for, what 10k was it in London?
Mm.
And there used to be thousands.
Yeah.
And one in July.
Yeah.
I think now it's run by Vitality.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. And I religiously used to go to those
Yeah.
every year, and Austin used to come with me. And he used to go off and have his breakfast while I queued up to run.
I think they still run those, don't they, Susan? I think they do.
Yeah.
So I think we're going to wrap it up there. I said at the start there was one person I wanted to do our first interview because you summed up running, and we didn't rehearse this, and you just summed up exactly why I love running and exactly why I love you. That was just
Ah.
absolutely,
Thank you.
absolutely fantastic.
Thank
so
you.
I can't thank you enough. I'm so excited. We're going to put it out there this Friday. I'm so excited.
This
that-
Friday?
Yeah.
Woo.
So I'm so excited that
On
everyone's going to
Facebook?
on Facebook that we're going to make you an internet sensation. I'm so excited that somebody that I love so much, everybody else will get to meet. So, Monica,
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Monica.
Oh, your hands are cold. Cold hands, warm heart.
Well, I'd like to think so.